The next time you drive down the Florida Keys, you may be surprised when the land disappears and the bridge ahead of you is one you cannot see the end of. It's the 7-mile bridge in the Keys, just south of Marathon. On the right, a remnant of another time, the old railroad bridge with the highway bridge on top of it. But this is the 7-mile bridge, and it would not be here were it not for a man named Henry Flagler. He was a railroad magnate. He had brought millions to South Florida by building hotels in the Miami area. As a matter of fact, Flagler built South Florida. He came up with the idea of extending his railroad down to Key West. That red line is US 1, following the original railroad path, and there is the 7-mile gap. What to do? How to bridge that? Well, Flagler thought it would be possible to bridge the 7-mile gap from this point just south of Marathon to the other side of a very wide channel. The red line shows the old railroad bridge that went to Pigeon Key first. The yellow line is the new and wider highway bridge that itself has a little dog leg in it. 7 miles across open water in the Florida Keys. It's quite an achievement. Here's where the old railroad, become highway, jogged over to Pigeon Key. It's now a university study center. You keep driving and you see the texture of the old bridges change. From that to arches, where the channel here is not quite as deep. The 7-mile bridge is long enough that the weather can change drastically as you drive across it. It was very clear when we started. About halfway across, this was what the weather turned into. But finally, you reach the other side and back on dry land, one of the many, many keys that constitute the chain. And then at Bahia Honda, you look and see the old bridge, a truss bridge. Amazing, isn't it? But because of the way it was constructed, it meant additional work. The railroad was this wide, but how to put a highway on top? Well, you actually use struts and hang it off the sides. That worked fine, except here at Bahia Honda. It was, as I say, a truss bridge, not wide enough for cars even in one direction. The answer? Put the highway on top of the bridge. That must have been a genuine, scary roller coaster to drive. Pretty on the train, scary when you drove it. The 7-mile bridge in the Florida Keys. There's nothing like it. Don't be lulled by the scenery, or you may come across this sign. Then watch what you're doing. I'm Dennis Staley.